Good morning, Katrina. I wanted to talk to you about your interest in improving your English speaking skills. You've made some remarks about it in class. What specifically are you looking to improve?
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. Well, I guess it's about fluency. Sometimes I know what I want to say, but it takes me so long to phrase it, and I make too many pauses.
It's good that you've identified your challenge. Fluency can definitely be improved with practice and time. Have you ever tried shadowing?
Shadowing? What's that?
It's a language learning technique where you listen to a native speaker and then try to repeat what they've said exactly as they have said it, almost simultaneously, like an echo. You can start with slower audio materials and then increase the speed as you get better.
That sounds doable. But my vocabulary is also limited, which I think affects my fluency.
A larger vocabulary can make it easier to express yourself. Have you been reading in English?
I read textbooks but not much else.
James, to really expand your vocabulary, you need to read a variety of materials. Novels, newspapers, and magazines are all good sources. When you encounter new words, write them down, look up their meanings, and try to use them in your daily conversations.
I see. I do want to sound more natural when I speak. How can I get that native feel in my English?
Idioms and phrasal verbs are widely used among native speakers and give the language a natural feel. Learn these in context, don't just memorize them. Understanding the culture behind the language is also important. Watching TV shows and movies, as mentioned earlier, is helpful for this.
All this practice is important, but how can I get feedback on my speaking to ensure I'm improving?
There are several ways. Recording yourself speaking can provide some self-feedback. You could also speak with native speakers or fellow learners. Online platforms, such as language exchange websites, can connect you with people who can offer constructive criticism.
What if I find that I'm making the same mistakes even after I get feedback?
It's essential to review the feedback regularly and not to get discouraged. Dedicate focused time to practice the areas where you're having difficulties. This could mean repeatedly practicing certain sounds or sentence constructions that challenge you.
You've mentioned a lot of self-study methods. Is there anything we can do in class that could help?
Of course. We can have more interactive speaking activities, like debates or presentations. You could also pair up with a classmate for peer review sessions.
I like those ideas, especially the debates. They sound fun. But what if I struggle with pronunciation? I worry that people won't understand me.
Pronunciation can be tricky, but it's also very improvable. Work on the individual sounds that are difficult for you, and then move on to word and sentence stress. Accent reduction classes or software can also be beneficial if you're aiming for a specific accent.
Miss Thompson, I'm a bit anxious about talking to strangers or native speakers. How can I overcome that?
It's okay to be nervous, James. Preparing yourself for common situations, like ordering food in a restaurant or asking for directions, might help. Role-playing these scenarios with a friend or in front of a mirror can build your confidence for the real-world interactions.
Practice seems to be the key to all of this.
Practice is undoubtedly essential, but so is motivation and persistence. It's okay to take breaks if you're feeling overwhelmed, but try to be consistent with your practice.
I will certainly try my best, Miss Thompson. Thank you for taking the time to help me with this.
Not a problem, James. I'm here for you, and I want to help you reach your English speaking goals. Let's review your progress in a few weeks and adapt our strategies as needed.